Hi there, my name is James Lau, and I'm the product lead for Microsoft Graph Connectors. In this video, we will try to help you understand the value that our partners can bring to you and your organization in your enterprise search challenges. I'm lucky to be joined by representatives from two of our esteemed partners, Accenture and Raytheon. These two companies are both leaders in the enterprise search space and bring tons of experience. I hope you learn a lot and you enjoy the video. I will begin this video by giving you a brief introduction of Microsoft Search and Graph Connectors to provide you with a little bit more context on how our partner ecosystem fits in. Then I'll pass it off to the teams at Accenture and Raytheon to present to you how they can help you with your enterprise search journey with minimal effort on your part. Microsoft Search is our intelligent search solution for the modern workplace. It provides you with a familiar and consistent user experience across multiple endpoints to allow you to search from wherever you are. It has many innovative features to allow you to find what you need quickly. These features include personalized relevance, natural language support, query suggestions, spelling suggestions, topic answers, acronyms, floor maps, Q&A, bookmarks, and more. Microsoft Search natively supports content that lives within Microsoft 365, which includes OneDrive for Business and SharePoint. However, many organizations also need to search for content that lives beyond Microsoft 365, and that's where Graph Connectors can help. Microsoft Graph Connectors empower organizations to bring in external data into the Microsoft Graph. The Microsoft Graph is the data fabric that in turn powers multiple intelligent experiences, including search, allowing users in your organization to search over that external data. The data that is brought in through Graph Connectors will be able to participate in other experiences in the future, such as intelligent discovery, Project Cortex, people experiences, and security and compliance. But for now, let's keep talking about search. Using the Microsoft Graph Connectors, you can connect to virtually any data source. There are several high-level options on how you can do this. You can use one of the Microsoft-built connectors, use a partner connector, or you can build your own using the Graph APIs. Each of these options has its own pros and cons. But the partner connectors altogether cover over 100 data sources. And for many organizations, it may be the fastest and quickest way to get running. I will now turn it over to the team at Accenture to tell you more about their connector products and search offerings.
Hi there, I'm Paul Nelson. I'm the innovation lead for the Search and Content Analytics Group. We're a group within Accenture Applied Intelligence, and I'm here to talk to you about Aspire, our unstructured content ingestion framework. We've actually been working on this since 2010, and it has really turned into quite a rich and robust industrial strength content ingestion framework. We pull content from a wide variety of different sources. We can run that content through some processing and workflow for things like OCR or content cleanup or field normalization or image rendering. And then we can publish that to several different places, again, mostly search engines, but also things like databases or Azure blobs or cloud storage destinations. Of course, the heart of our system are our connectors. We have more than 50 connectors, and we're adding more every quarter to things like document management systems, social networking systems, service ticket tracking systems, and so on. Again, it's mostly for unstructured content, but we also have connectors to relational databases and structured sources like that. As I mentioned, we can publish to many different destinations, such as Microsoft Search, but also to SharePoint and Azure Search. We can publish to databases like Microsoft SQL Server, and then cloud destinations like Azure Blobs or Azure Data Lake Storage. This actually makes a really nice architecture because you can use Aspire to pull documents from ground to cloud, store that in cloud storage like Azure Blobs, work on that with other machine learning services or other data processing services, and then take the result and publish it with Aspire from cloud storage into Microsoft Search. Some key features includes image rendering, where we can actually render PowerPoint slides and PDF pages and other Office documents. This is really great because it helps reduce the distance between the user and the content, because you can see the images that are rendered directly in the search results, and you can browse the PowerPoint slides directly from the user interface. Also, document level security. There's a ton of work in document level security. It's very complicated. We ingest the ACLs from the underlying content source and also the group user group membership. When it's all put together, the user should only be able to see the search results that they would have been able to access had they gone to the original content source directly. And there's just a lot of work in that area. We do have an absolutely top-notch web crawler. It's elastically scalable and distributed and really scalable to tens of millions of pages. It also has a Selenium crawler, which allows us to crawl through JavaScript. And we also ingest native folder hierarchies directly into the search engine. This can be very powerful because you can then browse the hierarchy directly in the search engine, and you can also show the documents in a folder or search within folders. And those folders can be the folders from the original source, like the file system directory, the SharePoint folder, the Exchange folders, and so on. So just a few last thoughts before the demo. It is truly an enterprise scaling architecture. We've also used it for mergers and divestitures, file disposition, e-records management, PII scanning, and we've scaled it to extremely large volumes. Our largest customer to date is 6 petabytes of content, over 4.5 billion files. That was one customer in one application. It comes with managed services. That is, we can manage the whole thing for you, and we have a great global team that does that to give you sort of worry-free support. And remember that it's backed by the power of Accenture. So we have 500,000 employees worldwide. We are really experts in all environments and technologies, so there's not a security issue or network issue or systems issue that we cannot solve. And that's it. So thank you for that, and we're now going right on to the demo.
Hi, my name's Steve Denny and I work with Paul. In this demo, we're going to show you how you can get external content searchable using Microsoft Search. We'll use COVID-related PDFs that appear in a SharePoint 2019 instance, but equally the content could come from files on a share, a relational database, a web crawl, or in fact almost anywhere. We'll use Aspire to crawl the data and publish it to Microsoft Search using a publisher built to their API. First, we need to choose the connector to use. You can see some of the sources we can crawl on the Add Source list. We'll choose the SharePoint 2019 option. After we've selected the connector, Aspire will automatically download it. On this screen, we can give the connector a representative name and schedule crawl times if we need to. Depending on the content source, we need to configure the connection information. In this case, it's the SharePoint URL and its credentials. There's also a load of tuning parameters here you can adjust if needed. Typically, when ingesting content, you want to normalize or cleanse it. Aspire gives you a number of different workflows that allow you to perform different rule-based actions when you add or delete documents, and a common publishing workflow that's executed for all items. For this demo, we want to show a thumbnail of the document. Our thumbnail extractor needs to know the MIME type, so we'll hard code it using a Groovy rule. These rules can be as simple or as complex as you need, allowing easy manipulation of the document before it's sent to Microsoft Search. The thumbnail extractor can be found in the application section of the workflow screen. We just need to drag it into the workflow and connect it to the thumbnail service. The service will process the binary file, extract thumbnails for each page, write them to an external location, and add that location to the metadata of the document. Here we're only processing PDFs, but we have generators for PowerPoint and Word documents, and we're developing others. There's another section just for publishers. Like our connectors, our publishers are built on a framework, meaning it's easy for us to support new destinations like Microsoft Search.
You can publish a document to multiple destinations, including the file system, which can be useful for debugging. Now to get our data where we really want it, Microsoft Search. We'll drag our publisher into the workflow and configure that. Here we need to supply the tenant ID, client ID, and secret. We'll also let you configure some parameters like the number of retries we do if we encounter a failure and how long we back off for. Like many of our publishers, to make sure the data is in the correct format for the API, we allow you another opportunity to transform the data via a transform file before it's sent to the engine. You can also specify the schema that Microsoft Search uses, allowing you to control the field names and types. The transform file is written in Groovy and allows you to pick up the individual pieces from the document you want to be indexed. The schema file is based on the JSON payload used by the Microsoft API when creating a connection. Once the configuration is complete in Aspire, you just need to click Go or wait for the scheduled time. The source will be crawled and the data will be sent to Microsoft Search. At any point during or after the crawl, you can view the crawl statistics to see what's been processed. So now we've crawled the external SharePoint site and sent the data to Microsoft Search, but we're still not quite done. We need to do a bit of configuration in SharePoint Online to enable us to see the results. We navigate via the site settings to the Microsoft Search settings, where we can add a vertical and a result type for it. The result type is a template for how the results will be presented, and this is where we've added our code to take the URL of the thumbnail we generated and display it. Once that's done, we can do a search. Note that right now our results don't appear on the All tab. But if we switch to the PDF Documents tab, we see our content presented alongside the thumbnail we generated in Aspire. As I mentioned earlier, these are only PDF, but we can process and thumbnail other formats too. And of course, if you click on the document link, you can go to the original. So that's the end of our demo. Thanks for watching.
Wow, that was a lot. Thank you so much for your attention. If you'd like more information, please email us at info.stc@accenture.com or visit us at accenture.com/SCA. Take care and stay safe.
So Ration is an IT business consultancy. We are focused on the areas of collaboration, search, and cloud. We are based here in Düsseldorf, Germany, and providing professional services, consulting services, as well as products for international customers. We do have quite a history leveraging the search technologies of Microsoft for business critical applications. So we are super happy to show you how you can leverage search connectors on top of the ingest graph API for Microsoft Search to build your own applications and solutions. So the demos that we will show you basically are composed of a couple of components. We do integrate Atlassian Confluence, which is a wiki, as well as Atlassian Jira, which is a ticketing system, together with a couple of other source systems using our connectors, and make them available within the O365 environment. This could be out of the box using the SharePoint Online search experience, Office.com, Bing for Business, as well as others. but also leveraging the Microsoft Search APIs to provide your own solutions, again, within SharePoint Online, within Microsoft Teams, or even within external systems and other line of business applications. So Microsoft Search opens up knowledge, simplifies the navigation, or eases the self-service. Imagine you start your workday in your social intranet powered by Office 365. Besides news, the latest announcements, or your social feeds, a simple web part powered by Microsoft Search helps you to kick off your work. By clicking into our search box, you can directly see on which documents you worked lately. The list shows all the documents powered by the Microsoft Graph. If these documents are not those which you are looking for, you can start typing a query. With each keystroke, you narrow down the search results being shown. Such a search as you type can easily be customized to your organization's needs, obviously. One of the most important use cases is to display recommended tools or links. This helps your colleagues to easily find applications, authoritative pages, or similar. This web page also can be used as a corporate phone book. You can find your colleagues by means of their name, location, position, or skills, and you can directly interact with the search results if you want to. One of the most important use cases is the navigation through the digital workplace. How do your colleagues easily get from the intranet to the project spaces and teams? In our demo, this web part does not only bring in O365 project spaces, but also spaces from Confluence, Jira, or Facebook Workplace. On Hover, we can moreover ease up the navigation. You can directly jump into the team, the shared document library, or the associated OneNote. For an IT company like us, it is obviously very important to have quick access to the knowledge within our issue tracking system. This is why we surface Jira tickets as a search results even in this area. The full text search of Microsoft Search is of great help to help us find the Jira tickets that we are currently looking for. Last but not least, we obviously show matching documents and other search results. And if the web part doesn't provide the information that you're looking for, just by a hit of a button, you easily come to the enterprise search interface of Microsoft Search. Microsoft Search allows for true enterprise search in O365. Here you can find all documents from SharePoint, OneDrive, or Teams. Documents which are indexed by the Microsoft Graph connectors can be retrieved in verticals. This is a full text search, which means that you retrieve all documents which match the entered query, either within the document contents itself or with its associated metadata. When I'm looking for my marketing checkpoints as part of the guidelines, Microsoft Search retrieves the correct document. As you can see, it is the right document, and it is located in the marketing wiki within Atlassian Confluence. Our connectors deliver all metadata for implementing a great search experience. We can easily display the document type, a breadcrumb which shows in which space a document is located, and many more information, which is, of course, configurable. Also for Jira, we have a full-text search experience. Here, the connector can deliver additional metadata, such as the assignee of an issue or a due date. The same great experience is also available directly in Office.com or Bing for Business. Once you set up your enterprise search experience, which you just have seen, it also becomes available in Bing for Business. This means that you have the same experience side by side with the Bing web search. Also here you have all configured verticals available with the same great search experience.
We all know that social collaboration in O365 takes place in Microsoft Teams. The power of Microsoft Search is that we can bring in a great search experience directly there. In our demo, we add our Search as you type web part directly as a first-class citizen into Microsoft Teams. Within the browser or any app, you can access your enterprise search directly from the Teams app launcher. Also here, I have easy access to my latest documents when I start typing. The web part queries Microsoft Search to show the tools I need, colleagues, project spaces, Jira tickets, or even more document results. All of this without a media break. As before, if I do not find what I'm looking for, I can hit return and continue searching in the search center of Microsoft Search. Microsoft Search with content connectors and the right O365 tools allows for even more than just enterprise search. Imagine your organization uses other tools in combination with O365 for project work. Then Microsoft Search allows for building informative project spaces. Some of our customers use Confluence to store their documentation or meeting minutes. Suppose you want to check your tasks from the latest Contoso Electronics meeting. You simply narrow down the wiki pages to the page which you are looking for. On click, you can access the wiki page in Confluence. This way, Microsoft Search allows for a great integrated experience directly in your project and collaboration rooms. As we saw, the power of index data in Microsoft Search is that it is available throughout the O365 digital workplace. Vice versa, we can easily include Microsoft Search in third-party applications. The use case, of course, easy access to information, but also to build line of business applications which make a difference. In the following example, we use the index data from O365, Facebook Workplace, Teams, and more to build a search experience directly in Atlassian Confluence. Here we query Microsoft Search employing the Graph Query APIs. Similar as in Teams or in the SharePoint intranet, we built a great search as you type experience in Confluence. By clicking into the search box, you see all your recent documents from Confluence. Suppose these documents are not what you are looking for. By starting to type, you will see that you find the tools you need matching project spaces from O365 and Workplace. Of course, you will find all Confluence spaces and pages and a list of matching enterprise search results from all the Microsoft Search sources. This helps your colleagues to get to the places and documents they are looking for directly from Confluence and again without any media break. Our connectors come with a standalone administration interface where you can monitor and operate the connector. From here you can start crawls, pause them, re-index all data or manage the change processing and principal synchronizations. From here you can also monitor which documents were synchronized with Microsoft Search. For debugging and development reasons, the UI can display the available metadata for a document. Here you can find all data provided for the respective documents. In order to implement the right search-based application or enterprise search, you can easily modify and map this data further in our processing pipeline. From a security perspective, the most important feature of Microsoft Search and our connectors is that they easily allow for secure search. A user can only find those documents where she or he has access to in the content source, in Jira, Confluence, Workplace, or other sources. This is why our connectors and Microsoft Search implement a so-called early binding security trimming. Along with each and every document, we index a so-called access control list. The access control list determines which users, groups, or roles have access to a particular document. In our example, the document can be accessed by all Confluence users and the administrator group. This can be seen in the ACL field of the document metadata. On the other hand, our connectors synchronize the content source user group relationship to the security store of Microsoft Search. At query time, Microsoft Search can determine which roles and groups a user has and filter the search result list. Here you can see that Bob has administrative permissions in Confluence, but Alice not. This important aspect ensures a scalable, secure search experience for all applications which you build upon Microsoft Search. Ration offers more than 45 connectors for Microsoft Search and custom integrations. All of our connectors enable important enterprise search and business applications in O365. They enable easy onboarding, knowledge search, navigating the digital workplace, or an integrated workplace experience. If you are interested in how Ration adds value, please reach out to us.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well, I hope you find this video useful and that you've learned something new. Here are some more resources for you to dig deeper into Microsoft Search and Graph Connectors, as well as on how to take the next steps with our partners. Thank you again for having us be part of your search journey.